Paulo Ortega. Dwight?
Yes, good afternoon, John. Kasama natin ngayon si Deputy Speaker Ortega. He's not part of the public prosecution panel, John. But Congressman, that's actually my first question. You're not part of the prosecution panel formally, but you're always here in the Senate. Is this a strategy ba by the House? Show of force ba ito? How are you helping the prosecution panel, sir?
Well, as part of one of the endorsers po nung complaint and as part of the 19th Congress, sabi ko nga po medyo nabitin tayo ng 19th Congress during the first impeachment. But now, right now we're here, so we're just here to support and assure that things are carried out from the side of the House of Representatives. And syempre, we're here to help po communicate to our constituents, our people, para mas maintindihan po nila itong impeachment trial natin.
I think, Kong, every time you're here, you always go to the Senate, the plenary floor to watch the proceedings in person. So I'd like to ask you, because kahapon, yung ikawalong araw ng proceedings at medyo patapos na tayo dun sa fourth article of impeachment, yung presentation nito. How convincing, Congressman, yung claim that the Vice President's statements are no longer a threat but a plan to kill the President? Gayong, sir, hindi pa nalalaman ng NBI paano ini-execute yung plan na yon. And yun nga, wala pa ring na-identify na hitman.
Well, again, it is very important that the head of the Bureau is here, Attorney Melvin Matibag, no? Kasi we are assured that ginawa po nila yung due diligence nila, ginawa po ng NBI yung trabaho nila, at inimbestigan nila maigi, dumaan sa proseso, and kumbaga, tinahinan nila to. They they opened the entire picture na it is definitely an active threat. So threat po talaga siya. Wala pong question doon. Hindi naman po siya natibag. Sabi nga nila, hindi natibag ng mga tanong ng defense. But again, ito po ay active threat and patuloy po na may leads. At sabi na nga po ng ating NBI director, they have all pinakita pa nga po niya yung confidential na investigations na ginagawa nila. Again, but aside from that, this only reinforces the grave threat na article po. So again, pinalakas lang po lalo ni Attorney Melvin ng NBI itong article na to.
Congressman, are you concerned that for the public, it would be important for them na makita yung assassin or ma-identify yung assassin?
Well, that's one. Meron naman po tayong assurance na meron na nga pong pagpaplano. Kumbaga, actually parang yung dating nung batuhan kahapon, na-consummate na po yung plano na yan. So again, it is important to assure the public na meron po. But again, ang tema po ng ating impeachment ay sinisigurado po natin na nangyari po yung grave threat na yan at nakita po natin na lumabas mismo sa bunganga ng ating Vice President ang threat against the President, his family, and the former Speaker of the House.
Congressman, kung matapos ngayong araw yung presentation of the fourth article of impeachment in relation to the grave threats and inciting to sedition, do you think the prosecution has convinced enough senators, than two-thirds of the Senate, to convict the Vice President based on that impeachment article alone?
Well, ako personally, I'm very much convinced na, no? Even the prosecution side, they're very happy with the results. Again, they have painted the entire picture with the entry of Attorney Melvin Matibag, and I hope they see it also. We expect our senator judges na nakikita po nila to kasi karamihan naman po sa kanila veterano na sa impeachment trial. Again, wala naman pong nangyari na anywhere in the defense sa cross-examination na sinasabi po nila na hindi po totoo na nag-threaten ng ating Vice President. So, parang medyo basic po actually. Medyo malakas po talaga tong part na to itong article na to. But again, moving forward, marami pang susunod, and I hope we get to finish early, but I'm expecting na medyo mas mahaba pa po today yung ating cross. So we will also see if magre-redirect po yung ating prosecutors. Pero yung flow po na nakikita natin, para pong last week kasi yung nangyari, pati yung line of questioning from the defense is almost exactly the same. So, we'll see. We'll see in a few hours.
Congressman, sa bahagi ba ng Kamara, bahagi ng prosecution, nagbibilangan ba kayo ng boto? Kasi, syempre, pag napapakinggan nyo yung line of questioning ng ilang mga senador, you probably would have an idea or at
Yes.
least hula kung paano sila papanig sa botohan.
Well, tinitignan din natin no, sa pamamagitan ng mga tanong nila. Pero karamihan naman po, meron din sinasabi na ang tanong na to is tanong ng taong bayan, hindi naman mga personal na tanong o mga personal na remarks. So we will see. But we're pretty confident that this article gets a positive response from our judges.
What do you make, Congressman, of the way Senator Pia Cayetano asked Congresswoman Jinky Luistro questions yesterday? Because of course, the critics of the Cayetanos would say, nabasa ko rin some na medyo may pagka-rude, if that's the right term, may pagka-rude daw yung the way Senator Pia Cayetano treated Congresswoman Jinky Luistro. What do you make of that?
Well, medyo sabi nga nila may mga konting pitik. But again, we cannot argue with our senator judges. But sa tingin ko naman, they're driving at a point, maybe a hard point. But Congresswoman Jinky is a seasoned lawyer. Sanay naman po siya sa ganyan bilang public servant. I think she answered it, she addressed it very well. But as long as the questions are really intended for their purpose, wala naman po ako nakikitang issues with that.
Wala namang disappointment, Congressman, because I understand the prosecutors can't really articulate their feelings that much. Pero kayo, kasi deputy speaker kayo, mga spokespersons, they are able to speak more freely dahil di kayo subject ng subjudice.
Yeah. Maganda rin po siguro na siguro bawas-bawasan natin ng konti yung mga pitik kasi ewan ko, may pinanggagalingan lahat So lahat din kami mga public servant. So may inclinations din siguro, mayroong mga point na kailangan i-drive, medyo mas hard-hitting yung iba. But at the end of the day, public interest naman po ang tinitignan natin. Siguro mas maganda yung mas maganda po yung approach at mas i-address nila yung mga prosecutors or yung defense or yung judges. Equal lang po, respeto sa respeto lang po.
Pag sinabing pitik, Congressman, you mean, bawasan ba yung init ng ulo? Ganun ba?
Siguro, kailangan. Hindi naman init ang ulo, yung emosyon.
Emosyon. Okay. Congressman, there is this latest Pulse Asia survey showing that Vice President Sara Duterte remains the frontrunner for the 2028 presidential elections. The survey was conducted before the start of the trial. Pero of course, nangyari na to months after yung House Justice Committee hearings na-unveil na yung some parts of the what could be the pieces of evidence against the Vice President. What's the House's appreciation of those survey results? Does that worry you?
Well, ako ever since ang survey ay tool. So, isa pa lang naman po nag-declare na tatakbong presidente. So, masasabi po natin na wala naman pong awareness yung tao kung sino pang ibang mga pwedeng presidentiables. Pero nakikita po natin, meron pong viable numbers pa rin yung dating Vice President Leni Robredo, Senator Raffy Tulfo is being floated. But again, sabi ko, iba naman po yung trust rating, yung survey ratings for the president against po dun sa impeachment trial. So, numbers will always be there, numbers will always go up or go down. But again, accountability, hindi po dapat nagwe-waiver yan. Sabi nga po ni Kong Chel Jokno, kasama rin po dun yung integridad na hindi po negotiable at hindi po nagbabago at hindi nahati o nag-iiba ng panahon.
Pero sa point of view ng, pagtingin dito sa survey numbers, Congressman, are you hoping na itong impeachment trial will impact her survey numbers, her trust rating?
Magkakaroon ng epekto yun, Dwight, kasi makikita ng tao, mabubuksan lahat to. Kasi ang dami nilang tanong na hindi nasagot. So, maybe evidence and clarity will change the numbers. And titignan po natin sa mga susunod na araw kung ano pong epekto ang magiging ng mga numbers na to sa popularity or trust rating or survey.
Okay. Congressman, I'll hand it over to John. John, do you have questions for our Deputy Speaker here?
Yes. Good afternoon, Deputy Speaker. Thank you for making time for us. I should have addressed you
Afternoon po,
as
sir.
I should have addressed you as honorary public prosecutor sa dalas po ng bisita ninyo sa Senado. I'd like to ask about
Unofficial
that.
po.
Unofficial. I'd like to ask about that. I did ask one of your fellow congresspersons this question already. No, nakikita natin yung full support ng congressmen and women acting as prosecutors. Have you heard from the other representatives who endorsed the impeachment complaint? Are they happy with the progress of the trial so far and the presentation of witnesses?
Well, kahapon po may mga dumating na congressmen. Nandito po yung Laguna Block and nung mga nakarang linggo naman po andito yung mga Kongs from Nueva Ecija. The others po are actually in their districts kasi nga po ito lang po talaga yung time na nakakabalik kami saka nakakababad sa distrito. But in terms of support saka nangangamusta po, ando naman po yun sa aming mga chat groups and we're expecting more congressmen to visit and to observe the trial in the coming weeks po.
Deputy Speaker, natanong kanina ni Dwight, no? Do you count votes? No? Do you read anything into the questions of the senator judges? Gusto ko sanang along the same line, no, of thought. Should we read anything into those who wrote manifestations of objection dun sa ruling ng presiding officer? There are only a few of them, you know. Should we read anything into that? What should the public make of that?
Well, practicality and observation would dictate po na parang 5 nga po yung dissenting na manifestations. But again, very dynamic naman po itong nangyayari na impeachment trial. So we will see in a few days, in the coming days, on how they will react or how they will their tone, if it will change or it will have a different effect. So we're hoping we're giving our judges the benefit of the doubt. Pero bantay-bantay lang po, basa ng body language, nagbabasa po tayo ng mga kasama natin na politiko at mga judges. So we're observing.
Deputy Speaker, last question, no? May nakikita akong criticism ngayon sa social media, no? Overall, complimentary dun sa presentation of the third witness, pero may mga nagdududa dun sa introduction of the Las Cañas affidavit, ano? Ito rin yung punto ni Senator Judge Pia Cayetano yesterday, na parang, why would you, quote-unquote, smuggle in, no? A document na unsigned, notarized, tapos hindi pa siya yung sumulat, parang gano'n, ano? So may mga nagtatanong na is the process of the impeachment being respected? No? And how should you answer? How should you respond to that?
Well, we can leave it up to the court to decide, no. But again, it was very important po dun sa paglalahad sa kumbaga they're painting a bigger picture, naglalahad po sila trying to tell a story. But we will leave it up to the court, and of course, I think they will address this. I'm not sure if they will address this later after the cross. I'm sure it will be addressed, but on the part of the prosecution, I'm not very much aware if they will have an answer or a response to that.
Thanks very much, Deputy Speaker Paulo Ortega, with our multimedia reporter Dwight De Leon. Thank you. So that was multimedia reporter